Kanpur is set to get its metro today. Prime Minister Modi will dedicate the first leg of the Kanpur metro to the public. He will undertake a metro ride also from IIT Kanpur to Geetanagar. The 11,000 crore rupees project is one of the mega Vikas push by the Prime Minister in poor-bound Uttar Pradesh. And besides that, Prime Minister Modi is also going to be inaugurating a 1,500 crore pipeline project.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi's Vikas push in UP continues. Kanpur gets metro ahead of polls. Hailed as a step in improving urban mobility, the first leg of the Kanpur metro, 11,000 crore project, will be open to public ahead of the big UP dangal. After attending the convocation ceremony of IIT Kanpur, the Prime Minister will undertake a metro ride from the IIT metro station to Geetanagar, covering a distance of 9 kilometers. The metro trains are eco-friendly and equipped with modern energy propulsion system, making them a sustainable alternative to other modes of transport. Not only this, a regenerative braking system, 100% LED light fittings, and a carbon dioxide sensor-based air conditioning make these trains highly energy efficient. The excitement among residents has hit fever pitch.
ये पहली बार होगा तो बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है कि पहली बार मेट्रो में बैठूंगी तो I'm very excited.
Preparations are in full swing in Kanpur ahead of the visit. The railway ground has been fully decked up for the Prime Minister's mega rally, with the BJP banking on the big ticket inauguration.
और इस बार मेट्रो देना, आईआईटी में सेमिनार करना और उसके अलावा बीपीसी की एक पाइपलाइन का उद्घाटन करना, तमाम ऐसी योजनाएं जो कानपुर को बड़ा सौगात देती हैं और उनके शुभ चरण योगी जी और मोदी जी कि जब कानपुर में पढ़ते हैं, जब पढ़ते हैं तब कानपुर को कुछ अतिरिक्त प्राप्त भी होता है.
After Kashi corridor and the expressways, the metro project is another Vikas push by Prime Minister Modi in the run-up to the biggest elections of 2022. Bureau Report, India Today.
Let's focus now on the government's official guidelines on COVID vaccinations for teenagers for the 15 to 18 age group, as well as the booster shots for frontline workers and people above the age of 60 with comorbidities. Here's everything you need to know about the procedure.
Omicron cases in India are nearing the 600 mark. India is taking swift action in the early stages of the variant spread. On Saturday, the Prime Minister made a big announcement on vaccine for children.
15 साल से 18 साल की आयु के बीच के जो बच्चे हैं, अब उनके लिए देश में वैक्सीनेशन प्रारंभ होगा. 2022 में 3 जनवरी को सोमवार के दिन से इसकी शुरुआत की जाएगी. ये फैसला कोरोना के खिलाफ देश की लड़ाई को तो मजबूत करेगा ही, स्कूल कॉलेजों में जा रहे हमारे बच्चों की और उनके माता पिता की चिंता भी कम करेगा.
The Health Ministry has released detailed guidelines following the Prime Minister's announcement. Children in the 15 to 18 years age group will be eligible for the jab. The government has only approved co-vaccine for teens, which will be administered from 3rd January 2022. Children can book their doses through the CoWIN portal.
Children of 15 to 18 years of age whether comorbidity or whether normal children will be able to get the vaccine and will be able to register on the CoWIN platform as before. The only difference will be that now we know that there may be challenges in terms of their identity documentation. So we are allowing the student identity card also to be one of the 10th document in case of children between 15 to 18 years of age.
As the highly transmissible Omicron spreads in India, booster shots have been approved for those most at risk. Those eligible for a precaution dose include fully jabbed healthcare and frontline workers and people who are 60 plus with comorbidities. The booster shot will only be approved upon a doctor's advice and can be administered 9 months after a person has received their second vaccine dose.
People with both doses completed and 60 years of age and also with comorbidities, and also those who have completed the second dose 9 months prior to the date who have completed 9 months after their second dose will be eligible for the additional precautionary dose. They will also be able to go to any vaccination center even if they are not registered, and then if there are vacancies there, they will be able to get the jab, the third jab.
The centre is fast-tracking the vaccination drive. Union Health Secretary Rajesh Bhushan will meet with states and union territories to discuss the vaccine centres for children. With Milan Sharma in New Delhi, Bureau Report, India Today.
The situation this morning in the national capital is worrying because going by the COVID numbers, the crisis is back to haunt the national capital. Delhi on Monday has recorded 331 fresh COVID cases. That's the highest single-day rise since June 9th. Delhi's positivity rate, which remained above the critical 0.5% mark for the second straight day on Monday at 0.68%, may trigger a yellow alert in the national capital. Most activities that were resumed in phases as the second wave waned will come to a grinding halt if the alert is sounded. Under the Delhi government's 4-stage graded response action plan, the alert will put into effect a host of additional curbs. A decision on curbs is likely amid the surge, and the Delhi Disaster Management Authority has already imposed a night curfew from 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. in the national capital that came into effect yesterday.
Night curfew is back in Delhi after months. I am in the Connaught Place area of Delhi, and you can see how the inner circle has been barricaded and it has been cut off. There is a traffic movement on the outer circle. Those who are exempted can travel at this point of time also. The curfew is from 11 in the night to 5 in the morning. The police vehicles are roaming in the area telling people to go home, and those who are not exempted in this category are being told to go home, as this is the very first day of the night curfew after a long time. And you can see how deserted the inner circle is at 11. At this point of time, this place remains crowded with people, but now it has been completely deserted. All the shops are closed. Only those who are in the essential services category are allowed to operate. With camera person Ravikant Totawar in Delhi, this is Abhishek Anand reporting for India Today.
And let's get you a sense of exactly what the Omicron tally looks like in India. It has more than 500 cases of the super mutant COVID variant. Delhi's overtaken Maharashtra as the highest number of cases, as the state with the highest number of cases. And the national capital has also witnessed a sharp rise with over 60 people testing positive in the last 48 hours. In the wake of rising Omicron cases, the Delhi government had imposed a night curfew from 11 p.m. all the way up to 5 a.m. New Year parties and large gatherings have also been banned in the national capital. Maharashtra, meanwhile, has over 150 active cases of Omicron. The state too has imposed a night curfew. Section 144 has been imposed in the state till December 31st. No parties, no large gatherings are allowed. To tackle the virus, Kerala has also imposed a night curfew from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. Starting from December 30th, the night curfew will be effective till January 2nd. Shops, bars and restaurants will be closed by 10 p.m. during this curfew. Karnataka government has also imposed a night curfew from 10 p.m. all the way up to 5 a.m. The night curfew will start from December 28th, so it starts tonight and will be effective for the next 10 days. Section 144 has been imposed in the state. Only 50% seating arrangements are allowed now in hotels. Now, as India is witnessing this rise in Omicron cases, states have stepped up and imposed fresh curbs to fight the super mutant threat. A night curfew has been imposed in the national capital from 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. Mumbai has also banned all parties and all large gatherings. Our next report tells you exactly how India is prepping up to fight Omicron, especially during the festive season.
The grim shadow of Omicron virus has shaken the hope for a new and healthier 2022. As India looked to welcome the new year with pomp and cheer, Omicron disrupted New Year's plans for many. States have stepped up restrictions against the highly transmissible variant, and strict COVID curbs have been imposed in metropolitan cities. In the national capital, a night curfew will be observed from 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. along with a ban on social and cultural gatherings. Bars and restaurants will seat customers at 50% capacity only.
सेकेंड वेव और फर्स्ट वेव में हमने देखा था कि केंद्र सरकार खास तौर पे प्रोएक्टिवली सामने नहीं आई थी. जब फैल गया वायरस पूरी तरीके से, तब हमने देखा कि केंद्र सरकार और कुछ सरकारें हरकत में आई. दिल्ली इज एब्सोल्युटली प्रिपेयर्ड. Mr. Kejriwal, the Honorable Chief Minister of Delhi, has already convened several meetings and addressed the people of Delhi, saying as far as medical facilities are concerned, we are absolutely ready.
In the city of Mumbai, which has witnessed a record number of cases every wave, curbs on movement have been imposed from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. No big events will be allowed for New Year's. Parties and gatherings on the beach have also been banned. The Karnataka government has announced night curfew in Bengaluru from 28 December. Mass gatherings and crowding at restaurants and bars will be curtailed.
With the New Year celebrations coming up, now people from across the state and districts will be travelling to and fro. Now, to ensure that COVID and Omicron cases don't rise in the state government has increased curbs and has also instructed district authorities to ensure higher surveillance in districts bordering Maharashtra and Kerala. Now, apart from this, the state government has also imposed night curfew in the state and city. Now, Section 144 will be imposed in the night starting from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. between December 28th and January 7th.
With Ministry of Home Affairs stepping in and issuing caution to states and union territories, the word is very much around for the people. Get yourself vaccinated, ensure that there are COVID-19 protocols in place. But with the election season in 5 states and the New Year festival just around, we could be heading for trouble. Safety is in your own hands and caution needs to be exercised is the key word. With camera person Dalbir Singh, this is Kamaljeet Sandhu in Chandigarh for India Today.
Let's move on to some other stories that we're tracking this Tuesday morning. It's been 7 days and counting since hate speeches were made at the Haridwar Dharam Sansad. A call was given for genocide of Muslims. 3 people who were caught on camera making these communal speeches have been booked. They're yet to be arrested. 76 Supreme Court lawyers, meanwhile, have written to Chief Justice N.V. Ramana urging him to take suo motu cognizance of these calls for what they call ethnic cleansing.
A call to arms. Self-styled religious leaders take an oath to create Hindu Rashtra. 4 days later, Uttarakhand police file an FIR. But the seers remain defiant. The spiritual leaders who gave speeches calling for violence against a community and at times even genocide at a 3-day Dharam Sansad in Haridwar between December 17th and 19th are refusing to budge. When India Today confronted these religious leaders, they claimed theirs was a call to self-defense.
हमने अपनी तरफ से कुछ नहीं कहा, हमने तो ये कहा हमारे सनातन धर्म, हमारे सनातन संस्कृति की परंपरा है कि हर देवी देवता पर अस्त्र है और अस्त्र की पूजा है तभी देवता की पूजा है। तो हर हिंदू को अपनी सुरक्षा के लिए शस्त्र लेकर खड़े रहना चाहिए।
सैकड़ों की संख्या महामंडलों से थे और साधु थे, सैकड़ों की संख्या में, हजारों की संख्या में लोग, जनता थे, सनातन धर्म के मानने वाले लोग थे जो धर्म के लिए कार्य करना चाहते हैं। चर्चा केवल आत्मरक्षा के लिए, धर्म रक्षा की चर्चा हो रही थी हमारे यहाँ।
What comes as a mystery is that police FIR on the event names only one person, Wasim Rizvi, alias Jitendra Tyagi, who recently converted from Islam to Hinduism. The sections invoked against him are bailable charges.
वहाँ पे उन्होंने आकर एक धर्म विशेष के खिलाफ इतनी आपत्तिजनक और भड़काऊ बयानबाजी की कि मैं आपको इसमें नहीं बता सकता। और उन्होंने यहाँ तक, प्रभुरानंद जी ने तो यहाँ तक कहा कि इनको म्यांमार की तर्ज पर यहाँ पे मुसलमानों का सफाया किया जाए और बहुत ज़्यादा भड़काने का उन्होंने प्रयास किया। इसलिए हमें सोशल मीडिया के माध्यम से ज्ञात हुआ था।
Event organizer Yati Narsinhanand Giri, who has been caught in hate speech controversies earlier, is not booked.
धर्म और धर्म पे जो सनातन धर्म पे खतरे हैं उन पे चर्चा हो रही थी और सनातन धर्म का सबसे बड़ा खतरा है इस्लाम का जिहाद और केवल हमारा खतरा नहीं है, पूरी दुनिया का सबसे बड़ा खतरा है। हम उस पर चर्चा करें तो और आगे भी करेंगे।
BJP leader Ashwini Upadhyay, who attended the meet, has distanced himself from the event.
हमने वहां जाके केवल इतना कहा था कि ये 20% संविधान बचा हुआ है, इसको लागू करना नितांत आवश्यक है। अब हिंदी का संविधान बांटना अगर अपराध है तब तो मैं अपराधी हूं, अगर संविधान के बारे में बताना अपराध है फिर तो मैं अपराधी हूं।
Days after the hate rant, no arrests have still been made.
जो हमारे पास कंप्लेंट आई है उसमें उसको जो कंप्लेंट करता है उसको हो सकता है औरों के नाम नहीं मालूम हो। हमारी विवेचना में सभी शामिल हैं, सबसे बात की जाएगी, सबके बयान लिए जाएंगे, हर कोई हमारी विवेचना में शामिल है।
Despite the massive uproar against poisonous hate speeches given during the event, shockingly, political parties of all shades have been muted in their criticism of hate speech. Only a few leaders have posted tweets condemning the calls for violence made by the seers. Over 70 advocates of the Supreme Court have now returned to Chief Justice of India, N.V. Ramanna, asking the Supreme Court to take suo motu cognizance of the calls for ethnic cleansing and said the speech poses a grave threat not just to the unity and integrity of our country but also endangers the lives of millions of Muslim citizens. Bureau Report, India Today.
A whopping 257 crore rupees has been recovered in cash from a perfume trader in Kanpur. And days on, officials are still counting the cash using note counting machines. Gold, silver, property documents, the seizures in this raid are simply unbelievable. Bundles and bundles of cash. So much of cash that it's taking days for officials to count how much. This is perfume trader Piyush Jain's residence in Kanpur, where after a raid on December 24th, a whopping 257 crores of cash and counting was recovered. Note counting machines are being used to count all the cash that officials have recovered, and it's a mammoth task at hand to calculate exactly how much this UP businessman looted and scammed.
150 करोड़ के लगभग अनुमान है कि वो कैश होगा। अभी गिनती जारी है लेकिन आपने सही कहा कि सीबीआईसी के हिस्ट्री में इतनी बड़ी कैश रिकवरी कभी नहीं हुई। इनकम टैक्स के केसेस में तो होती है। तो अब हम इस पे आगे जांच करेंगे और क्योंकि उन्होंने टैक्स पे कर दिया इसका मतलब वो भी मान रहे हैं कि उन्होंने ये गलत काम किया।
It took massive steel containers to carry out some of the currency recovered from Piyush Jain's residence. And this is just the cash. Kilos of gold, silver, property documents have also been seized.
पीयूष जैन के घर में थे क्या? उनको टीम कहीं ले गई है?
जी हाँ, वो गए हैं करीब रात में 2:30 बजे करीब ले गई है टीम।
कहाँ ले गई जानकारी नहीं?
ये कुछ जानकारी नहीं है।
आप लोगों के मोबाइल वगैरह ले रखे थे, कब वापस करे, क्या पूछताछ आप लोगों से करी?
जी मोबाइल तो मेरा जब आए थे तभी ले लिया था और 11 बजे करीब मोबाइल मेरा मिला।
कुछ पूछताछ भी करी आपसे?
जी नहीं, हमसे कुछ पूछताछ नहीं।
Piyush Jain now languishes in police custody. His properties in Kannauj and Mumbai have also been sealed off. Raids underway to ascertain what wealth stash he has in his other properties. In the run-up to the UP elections, this massive raid has led to a political showdown as the BJP alleged an SP link.
कि बुआ और बबुआ नोटबंदी का विरोध क्यों करते थे? ये नोटबंदी का विरोध क्यों करते थे? क्योंकि प्रदेश को लूट करके इन लोगों ने अपने घरों की दीवारों में नोट को कैद करके रखे हुए थे।
Just a few weeks ago, Akhilesh had launched a perfume, Samajwadi Sugandh, which according to the BJP was manufactured by scam king Piyush Jain. These images of bundles of cash at the Kanpur businessman's house has led to questions this election season on whether political patronage helped Piyush Jain amass this kind of unbelievable wealth over years. Bureau Report, India Today.
And that's all we have time for on this edition of Fed Stuff. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great day ahead. Stay tuned to us here on India Today. A few moments from now, I'm joining you again with all the top stories.